Alright, hello everyone, this is WildBlade from Creative Media Vault in Tokyo, Japan, and we're here again with my weekly build. Yeah, we're still going to be continuing with building my Kickstarter game, which is CDULO, the Lost, CDULO, Beyond the Outer Rim, CDULO, the Lost Winds. So, alright, so I hope everybody has had a good week last week. It is actually a nice sunny day here in Tokyo. It was kind of windy earlier because we actually have a typhoon coming. So I haven't really checked the status of it. I don't know if it's here or has passed. Yeah, but what we're going to be doing today is I'm not going to bore you with too many details, but just to let you know, I am starting to pitch this game now to publishers. So we're going to, I just started pitching like this week and drafted up my mails and everything like that. So I am really going to go ahead and start kind of pushing this before the Kickstarter. So hopefully we're going to be launching a Kickstarter campaign for this game in September. So I'll show you my Kickstarter page for those of you who are kind of new to my stream. So if you're new to my streams, you can first stop by my website, which is creativemv.com, and you can check out, this game and the other games that that I currently have available. This game that you're looking at right now is the main game that I'm working on, which is for a Kickstarter that I just mentioned. I've actually made an updated, or actually a prettier, intro video to this, or demo video, so you can check that out. You can check out some of the gameplay videos and as well as some of the tutorials here. I will be locking like a lot of my content for this game down, very soon because for the Kickstarter. So, if you're interested in learning more about this, you can check out the basic information on my website. But if you want more detailed and more exclusive stuff, you'll have to go to my Patreon page, which is over here. So you can check that out. Just go to creativemediavault.com, and you can sign up to become a patron and support my game dev, as well as find out what I've really got cooking for this game, right? So this is the game that we're continuing to build on Twitch. So you can also stop by my itch.io page, and check out the actual demo games page that I'm still working on. So it's got some cool stuff and some screenshots and whatnot. All right. So what we're going to do today is we're going to be continuing with level design. And so for many of you who were watching my previous streams, you're kind of like, what the hell is this? This looks completely different from what you were working on before. Aha. It is, but it isn't. So I'm going to show you how I actually laid out this level. Well, I think last time I showed you how I laid out the level. But now I'm going to kind of show you what I did offline to turn the level from what it used to look like, which was basically just kind of just look at my previous video with white and gray tones, to something like this, right? So the way that I design a level is I tend to use, like I mentioned last time, a mother box system. And so what you're looking at right here, this is actually one of the mother boxes that I've created. So, you might be wondering, well, how did you get this mother box in here? Well, what I'll do is I do a lot of my modeling and stuff like that in Adobe Animate. So, this is kind of what you're looking at right now, Adobe Animate. And basically what I do is I lay out a level using something like this. So I'll create a box and then I'll break it up into a different section. So this is the top, this is the bottom, this is the left wall. Okay, this is the left wall, this is the right wall, and this is the middle. And then we have a couple of other elements that I've got in the background, right? And so when I make a level, basically I try to make the entire level out of these for the walkable areas and the interactive areas. And that way it makes it much easier for me to just kind of simply swap sprites, right? So let's see if I can find a default mother box over here. So let me jump down to my project. All right, and let me turn the music down here. I don't really like this song that much. I'm still using Epidemic Sound, by the way. So let's see. I'm gonna go ahead here and type in mother box. All right. So basically this is a mother box. So let me just drag this onto the screen. And all of this was designed at first in Adobe Animate, but you can use any graphics application that you want. Really, it doesn't really matter. So yeah, so basically, if I kind of want to, for this particular level, if I want to change the look of this level, all I would really have to do is, since I have everything like, everything is based on this one cube, which is a prefab, I can just go in here. I can just go in here, and maybe if I want to change this walkable area, I can like, I can even hide this. Actually, you can't see the walkable area. So let's go through the part. So here's the actual game object, the mother box game object. Here is the ground, so I can just cut that off. I can like, cut the tile cover off. This is just kind of what we're seeing on the outside. Inside is a walkable area. So if I want this mother box to be open to where the character can kind of run around inside of here, then I can just get rid of this tile cover. And then this walkable area doesn't have any colliders, so the player can actually jump inside of this cube. First, you have to make it through this wall. So we have like 2 walls over here, so I can just hide those if I don't need them. And they have like physics, they have like rigid bodies connected with them. So if the player is like trying to jump into it right now, she's just gonna like hit the middle, right? So, we've got the bottom as well, so we can turn this off if we don't need a ground for the player to walk on. And, like, other than that, we also have these 2 walls right here. They're just basic walls for the player to, like, bump into, right? So they just have standard rigid bodies. However, like, I did also include some physics walls. So these 2 walls are the physics walls that the player will be allowed to that have an additional rigid body and a few scripts that so a few box colliders that are what is it? Box colliders that are triggers. So the player can run into those, and then like there's a script attached to them that might allow the player to climb up the wall or something like that. Right, so that's how I've like designed my mother boxes. So it gives you I do it this way because it gives me a lot of versatility, and I'm lazy. So I don't want to keep on making the same shit over and over and over again. So for example, on this level, right now we have this nice green level for Megan, who is the main character that we're designing for right now. Her level's basically kind of done just for the level layout. And then we'll need to like pretty it up, add some like background stuff, and like add some foreground stuff, and then just add some enemies, right? Which we'll probably like kind of play around with doing today. But say for example, like I want to change the color of her grass here. Well, all I really need to do is like click on this one mother box here, and I can just go to the ground, and like I can just change the color, and I'll change it to something like really stupid, like actually that's kind of cool. I'll change it to this purple. And then like, if I want to like, update this, I just go to the mother box and just go to overrides, and then I can go to apply all, and that will change all of the grass for this top part of the mother box to this purple. I'm not going to do that because I don't want to do that, but I could if I wanted to. All right. So that's why I like to use mother boxes. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this mother box out of here. Yeah. And then I think I'll give you a quick playthrough of what we've got for the game so far. Actually, I'm not going to get rid of it. I'm going to turn it off because we're going to wind up using it later. So, like I mentioned in the previous stream, you just saw this level as a series of white, black, and gray, basically, because that's how I tend to design stuff. Hold on, I just got a mail that I have to check out. I just got a mail sign. But I have my online store, so I need to make sure that nobody's ordering anything. I mean, I hope somebody orders something, but I need to kind of make sure that people aren't ordering stuff. Okay, give me a second. All right, cool. All right, so yeah, so let me go ahead and play through this actual game build to show you what I've done kind of offline, so you can kind of get a feel of where we're going to be starting. So we're going to go to this one, and I'm going to go to my Mac build, my latest Mac build, which is this right here. right, and make sure that the volume's down on this. All right, so here is the current game build. And we're still kind of working with like temporary graphics and stuff like that, so don't worry. So I'm gonna go to play. All right, and oh, that's another thing I've added. I've added a temporary select your team member screen that we'll pretty up later when we start getting into like more of the the cutscenes and stuff like that in the menu. But I have it before. I had the set up to where I had the game set up to where we could only kind of that to where we could switch players on each level because that is one of the main mechanics of this game. But like I mentioned last time, I kind of figured it might be a good idea to first do some introductory levels for each character, right? So the level that we're going to be working on is Megan. Each character will initially have their own understand me level. Uh, and then after that, once you kind of get a feel for how all of the characters work individually, because all of their moves and all of their techniques are a little bit different, then as the game progresses, we'll like add in the switching mechanic to where you kind of have to switch between each character in order to like complete certain parts of a level, right? So we're going to be playing on Megan's level, which is the one that we've just designed, or that I designed and that we started on in the last video. All right. All right, so let's see. And this music that you hear playing in the background was created by a friend of mine named Neolna League when we were working on a game jam project. So I really like his music, so I'm using it temporarily in the game. He's kind of busy right now, so he's not really able to help me with this one so much. So like the music will probably be swapped once I find a publisher or once I get like budget to hire a professional musician. So if any of you are interested in working on this project and you're you're interested in working on a Kickstarter project, please like email me because I'm looking for like music people now. All right. So anyways, let's go ahead and speed run this. All right. So if you notice, I have some very, very temporary generic enemies that are in here attacking Megan at the moment. So we'll go ahead and get rid of those, and we will start working on monster design like next week. So we've done animation, we're doing level design, monsters, and all of the cool stuff will start happening next week after we get a couple more levels done for the other, a couple of base levels done for the other characters. Alright, so she can kind of just run up on this guy and run up on this guy. I also fixed some of the animation on this, by the way, because I got tired of it, trying to loop in certain areas. But, right, so yeah. And, oh, another thing that I've added offline is this. Alright, so I have started to add dialogue to this as well.
I seriously thought I told you to stop calling me that.
I heard that. You no longer grateful sellout.
Okay, so like I'm gonna be working on a button that will allow us. I'll let you see that whole dialogue later, but right now it's connected to the jump button because I was actually using the system in a previous game, so I need to update that. Kill him. Alright, anyway, back to level. So we've got our, if you'll notice, I have put the instructions in here as well. So the player will get a tutorial as they're running through each of the individual character levels, right? And I think that's something I like to do in my games. So I'm just gonna kind of run down here, try not to get killed by that guy. Alright. So it's like, I have this big black thing chasing me. And she's a professional sniper. So some of these attacks work, some of them don't at the moment, and that's something we'll fix during the build. So you'll notice take a look at the environment as I'm playing through this, and you'll notice that I've added some clouds and some fog and all kinds of stuff. So I'll give you a breakdown of what that looks like on each level. My game is running a little bit slow because I actually have a lot of stuff open on my Mac right now. So anyway, we've got our heals, that we can kind of run across, and we've got our thing that we can kind of jump on. All right. So yeah, this, like I said, this level is specifically designed for Megan. So it's specifically designed for her character. So this bounce, I'm gonna have to do something about because I don't really like that so much. But so I might just add it to the stable incline. but we'll go ahead and like run through this and hope that she doesn't die. And she just died. Damn it. All right. So I do have checkpoints in here, but they're not enabled right now. So let's go ahead and... Alright, let me get rid of that. Kill this guy. Shoot this guy. I missed him. I'm gonna double jump this. So, let's see. We've got like platforms. We got, pedestals. We've got, water now that will kill her if she, happens to drop in there. Am I gonna do it? Am I gonna do it? Yeah, we'll kill her. Bye, Megan. All right, so, all right. So, we do have like a death with that particular water, and it has a particle effect assigned to it. Just to let people know that she did die down there. So we'll have like some water that she can kind of traverse or jump into, and then we'll have like other water that will kill her on impact. All right. You move, bitch. Get out of the way. These little things are like for my Quest of the Gummy Wish game, so like they'll be replaced by better looking monsters next week. Got her double jump. You'll notice that when she does jump, her jump boots do activate. Alright, so we got this. Ouch! And there's something here that keeps on killing her. Alright, I'm only gonna like play through this one more time. Because I just kinda want you to get an idea of what you're seeing. So, right now we've got like, we have a couple of foregrounds. So these black plants and stuff that you're seeing down here, these are like actually 2 layers of foreground. We have like some like cool looking plants on those to kind of show depth. Then we have our layer 0, which is where the character and a lot of the interactive objects are. Then a lot of these ground elements and these mother boxes are assigned to negative layer 1. So they're a little bit behind the character actually. Then after that we have our parallaxing layers, which are like layers like -3 through 6, and each of these parallaxes at a different speed, giving us the illusion of some background movement, right? You die, and you ouch. Alright, so anyway, like I just got killed in my own game, so that's which. Alright, because I'm talking and playing at the same time, so I can't really do that. Alright, so anyways, that's what we've got with this level at the moment. So and the whole entire level looks like this at the moment. So we do have some pretty cool looking stuff here. So let me go ahead and go to my player controller, and I'll just kind of, since I can't beat my own game at the moment, it's not really that difficult. It's just like, I'm just kind of... Alright, so I'm just going to kind of show you what we've got here. Let me move this... So you can kind of see what we've kind of got going on here. So we got our trees, we got like some weapons here, some turrets and stuff that are supposed to kill me. We got like some pedestals here, and at the end of it, she's gonna go all the way over here. We've got our nice little alien sun-moon combination here. And then we do have an area where she can kind of go down here, fight some enemies, open up a door, avoid some spikes, and then as she moves up, she'll start reaching her objective, which is this thing right here, and also, like, I want you to notice that the flow of the level, it starts off as mostly just a jungle, like as a jungle element, so as a jungle environment, so yeah, so it starts off as a jungle environment, and then I start trying to add a little bit more technology towards the end of it. So we got, we don't really see any, like, technology until, like, about the middle of the level, and then, like, towards the end of it, we start seeing, like, more dangerous stuff, and stuff like lasers and stuff that are supposed to damage the player. This is, like, to give, I want the first half of the level to, like, kind of expose the player to the natural dangers, and then as they start getting deeper into each level, then we start then the other like more unnatural like dangers, and the more technology, and the more like more aggressive, like more sinister enemies will start to like slowly come out, right? Yeah, so that's what this level looks like at the moment. Very, very simple, not very long for the first level. So the other level, this is actually just kind of one set. So for the additional levels, we might have like we're gonna have like maybe some drop down here, so where the player will like have to drop down here and run, you know, run around the dungeon kind of thing, and then we can add like multiple sets of this. But you know, this is for an introductory level to each character. I think this is kind of long enough, so we're gonna continue to build on this. Is there anything else that I've done? Oh, another thing that I've done is I actually worked on the menu, so I kind of made this a little bit smaller so that it doesn't really take up so much of the screen. So yeah, this is what we're going to be continuing with. But I think we're layout wise, we're pretty much done with Megan's level. We just kind of have to add like a couple of other like foreground elements to make it look a little bit more believable, and maybe some. Then we'll start working on the monsters. All right, so like that leaves us here. Let me go ahead and I got like so many errors down here in my. Yeah, I'll go ahead and clear these. Yeah. All right. And so the first thing that we're probably going to do is actually duplicate this layer because we're going to be switching to another character. So in my player controller, the way that I have my player controller set up is if we go down here, if we click on player and we go down here, you'll notice that I do have an option. So I'll go ahead and turn on maximize and play here. So I do have an option now that will allow me to choose between swapping characters and not swapping characters on each level. So I went ahead and programmed that in by just adding another boolean into the code. So when I play, yeah, I might have a little bit too much stuff open. Yeah, it's kind of hot here. It's getting hotter here in Tokyo. So when it gets hot, I notice, you know, my Mac starts to complain a lot. It's like, dude, it's hot. What are you doing? And why are you streaming with me? All right, so we'll play this again. So you got our instruction. You know, tell her to run. This turret isn't working. Die. All right. All right. So when I pass this point, this is the dialogue. So I'll let you hear the dialogue this time.
Big bright eyes. What's your status?
Ah, I seriously thought I told you to stop calling me that.
Don't blame me. It's the coffee or whatever this stuff is that Pops made this morning.
So this does have a very funny storyline.
You little ungrateful sellout.
Sorry, Pops, but it's true.
I'll show you boys Pops when I get back to the ship. Anyway, I've just touched down on Uniseta and then proceeding to the target. Are you sure the coordinates are correct?
According to the intel, they are. We all know how that goes. So be on the lookout for any hostiles that may be lurking about in the forest. I've heard there are some pretty aggressive creatures down there, and this is supposed to be a stealth mission. Remember? In and out without too much commotion.
Yeah. I'll be sure to neutralize any resistance as quickly and quietly as possible.
Yeah, those
I
bombs
won't
do like 3
waste
damage, so I
any
wasn't really paying
unnecessary
attention.
bullets.
Yeah. So actually, that brings up another thing I need to show you. You'll notice that I do have voiceover in this now. Well, the way that I'm getting this voiceover is I am using an application, a pretty good application called Replica Studios. So in my game, you'll notice that I do have a dialogue manager. So I think I showed you guys how to build that last time in my Spirits of the Lost Winds like game dev video. So if you're not familiar with that, go back and watch my my stream for how I built the Spirits of the Lost Winds game, which you can also find on my website, you know, at creativemv.com. So you can just go here, and you know, this is the main Kickstarter game. And then you know, if you want to make your own game but you don't like coding, which I don't, you can actually go to my website and find this game, Spirits of the Lost Winds, and just click on the games page. And this is another game that I'm simultaneously building with my Kickstarter game, because I actually designed this one to work as a code base for my Kickstarter game when the programming got to be a bit difficult. But if you don't want to program and you want to make your own like top-down shooter game, or you just want to use some pre-programmed code to make your own, like, you know, whatever kind of game you want, you can go to this game, and you can go to this game on my website, and you can download the Unity 2D template for this game, and that has all of the coding and a lot of the functionality and a lot of the nice little tricks and stuff that I'm putting into my Kickstarter game. And you can just use it like right out of the box and just swap the graphics. Um, so like when I was building this game, when I was building this Spirits of Lost Winds game, I think I showed you guys how I made the dialogue system. All right, so in the current CDULO game, we've got this dialogue manager here, and we have each basically under the dialogue manager, I have like different dialogues. Like this is the intro dialogue that you guys just heard and read, and then like I have like dialogues for like NPCs and stuff like that. These dialogues are activated by by some triggers, right? So if I click on this, you're going to notice that this trigger here lights up. So when the player runs through it, it's going to activate that dialogue, right? And so it could be like a trigger that you run through, or it could be an NPC that you touch, or anything like that. But as soon as the dialogue is triggered, as soon as the player touches the trigger, then that dialogue will kick off, right? So in order to get the text and voice into this, what I did is I went to the intro dialogue, and you know, I have this dialogue manager script, which, you know, has a lot of like settings and stuff like that, which you can, like I said, download for like not even have to program. If you download my 2D game kit, you could just like, you know, open it up and like you make your own dialogue game, make your own game using the dialogue right out of the box, right? Because we're lazy. All right, so I'm not going to run through all of this, but for the actual dialogue that you're hearing, that is on the continue button. And basically what I've done is I have this BR dialogue trigger script, and this will like this will show the sentences, like who's chatting and stuff like that. And then also I have like a friend of mine helped me add some script that will allow us to play a sound simultaneously and actually type it on the screen as the player is speaking, right? But where I'm getting this sound from is I'm getting this sound from Replica Studios, which you're kind of seeing right here. And so what I recommend doing is I recommend going to replicastudios.com, and you know, at least I think if you go there, you can get like a free trial for about like an hour or 30 minutes worth of dialogue. And so what this allows you to do is you can actually go through and you can create your own cast for your own project, right? So in this game, I have at least 7 characters. So I'll go ahead and view all. And so I have every character for the games. I got Black Wolf, Corey, Dozer, Franklin, Megan, Randy, and Zinjin. And so the cool thing is, if I wanted to add a new character like Xander, okay, so I can like make a new character, and then I can go to cast now, and they have a long list of you know, voice actors. Like some of them are AI voice actors, and you can tell that they're AI, but some of them are like really, really good. So I can actually cast this character using an AI voice actor, and you know, use and then download the script and put it into my game after I've typed whatever I want. So like listen to some of these. They have good male and female voices. You can change you know, change the voice age, you know, so you can like select children or older people or whatnot, and stuff like that. So
How dare you! Get your vile face out of my sight! Well, how marvelous. A cake made of ice cream and poppies. Whatever will you create for me next? Why did you have to go and die, you silly old fool?
Yeah, so this is like what one of the voices sounds like. This one's a little bit more like you can tell it's kind of AI, but I mean it's not really like you can get like I said a free trial, and that's pretty good to use for your game. And also like it's not really so expensive. So like what you're paying for this, I mean like when if you're just like indie game developing and you need some like some voice acting to demo in your game, you know that you might want to change later with some real people speaking, then this is perfect, I think. So, a lot of these voice actor characters actually have, when you look at their profile, they have different types of speaking. So we have like her angry voice, her light-hearted voice, and her sad voice. Not everyone has the same set, but some of them, like a lot of them, have about like two or three. So we'll listen to those.
How dare you! Get your vile face out of my sight! Well, how marvelous. A cake made of ice cream and poppies. Why did you have to go and die, you silly old fool?
Okay, so if I like this character, I can actually go ahead and hit cast and cast this as Xander, but I don't want that voice for him. So I'll go back to voice actors and find a dude, right? So I'm just gonna, if I only want guys, I'll just click on males and
We must hold them back. We cannot allow even one to pass through the gate. Quickly! We
Cower before me,
Yes.
mortal. I am the almighty evil that you shall serve for the rest of it.
Yeah, they do have some pretty tight voices mixed in with these though. So I am using some of these like for I think I'm using this one for Dozer actually. This Axorian. I think I've selected that one for Dozer. And so once once I find a good voice that I want to use for our new character, like maybe George here.
Everything will be fine.
Definitely not George.
Hello, stranger. Are you getting a new set of armor?
Okay, yeah. So I might like this one. So in that case, I'll hit cast. All right, and now we have Xander here, played by Gray. And what this allows me to do is when I go back into my project, I can create different scenes. So I'll go ahead and create a new scene, and I'll just put like Xander test. All right, and this will be like the new scene that I can add my cast to. So I'll jump up in here, and like now this will allow me to like kind of type some text and select which character I want to speak that text, basically. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go over here and like see. I'll just type in some random stuff. So like hello, this is me. I am. This is now. You do have to kind of tweak your text when you're typing, though. That's kind of one of the down points is because of the way that the text is spoken. So you might have to actually misspell some words on purpose in order to like kind of get it to sound a little bit correct. But in a way, it also gives you a little bit of flexibility. So I could just say like, hello, this is me. I am definitely not a robot or AI voice actor. Right? So I can like, I spelled definitely wrong, but yeah, this thing, yeah. All right. So after I've like typed in my text, I can go to select character, and I can go to like Xander here. And then I can kind of preview this. So I can hit this.
Hello, this is me. I am definitely not a robot or a voice actor.
Okay, that's actually not too bad. So yeah, so I can go in here and let's hear his angry mode.
Hello, this is me. I am definitely not a robot or AI voice actor.
Okay, so like you can keep an eye on how much time you're using when you're doing this, and as the more that you translate and the more that you kind of like the more that you convert to voice, then you're going to notice that your time is kind of ticking down, and then once it gets to zero, then you can't like make any more voice acting, so you would have to like pay extra, right? Yeah, but I'm still kind of like working through like the first set, so
Hello, this is me. I am definitely not a robot or AI voice actor.
Okay, so like this is the default. These are the defaults that you can use for like the character's voice. But occasionally you might need to like kind of tweak this. So if you want to tweak it, you can go into Direct. And this area lets you play with the voice a little bit more. So let's go ahead and play the default right now.
Hello, this is me. I am definitely not a robot or an AI voice actor.
Okay, so that sounds a little bit flat. So what I can do here is I can highlight all of this, or like I can highlight certain parts of it or all of it, and I can do stuff like change the pitch. So I might make this up to 10.
Hello, this is me. I am definitely not a robot or a voice actor.
Okay, so you notice how the voice has changed a little bit here. So I can change the pitch, I can change the speech rate, which is basically the speed. So like I'll turn this to 1.5.
Hello, this is me. I am definitely not a robot or a voice actor.
Okay, so you know, this is really give you a lot of flexibility for what you want to kind of do with it. So maybe 1.2 is kind of good for this.
Hello, this is me. I am definitely not a robot or a voice actor.
Okay, that's not so bad. So we can change the pitch, we can change the speed, we can actually add silence or like little breaks in here, or change the volume at certain points. So it's actually really flexible software to use, just for if you're prototyping a game until like, you know, and if you need something to just kind of put out there in order to like show people so that you can start trying to get investors and stuff like that for your game, then I highly recommend this. Right. So the voices that you're hearing in my game right now actually came from this software. And also, once you're done, like once you've got a sound that you like, you can just create a take of it. And then after you've created your take, you can, you know, just go over here and then like download it. So it has like different formats that you can, that are of course like compatible with Unity. You do have to install like an API in Unity for this, and it's easy to find out how to do that. You can like just go to their website, and they have some very good detailed instructions on how to do that. So I'm not going to walk you through that process because it's pretty easy and pretty self-explanatory, right? So once you have the API into Unity, you can like just choose which format you want to download. And you know, like I use WAV format for some reason. I don't know why. I can't explain that, so don't ask me. But anyway, I use WAV format. That's probably because I'm used to it. So then after you have your WAV format downloaded, you can just jump over into Unity here, and then like you can like you know, once you can go to your dialogue manager script, or the one that I programmed in my 2D game template. So like I said, you know, if you don't want to go through the trouble of programming any of this shit, just go ahead and like download my 2D games template, and you can go to like the clip over here, and then you can choose which clip you want to use, you know, after you've dragged it into Unity, and there you go. That's your voice acting, you know, completed. You know, like I said, it's a pretty like a good, versatile, and cheap solution for like solo game developers, you know, who don't have a big major studio to work with. So that's where my dialogue and my voice acting are coming from at the moment, until I get budget for a, you know, full-on voice actor thing. So, all right, so we got our level, we have our voice, we have our dialogue manager, we have like our voice acting, we've got our pop-ups. Now, basically, we just need to go ahead and start making other levels for the other characters. So we have 7 levels to make for 7 intro levels to make for each character. Megan, I think, is pretty much done. So what we're going to do is, instead of like starting everything straight from scratch, we're just going to duplicate this thing. Why? Because we're lazy, and lazy is good. All right, so let's go to project, and I'm gonna like scale this up a bit. I'm gonna go to scenes, and I've got this Megan level right here. Do I already have a Zinjin level? Alright. Yeah, and make sure I save everything. So I'm just gonna click on this Megan level here. Alright, so I've got Megan, and I'm just gonna duplicate this, and I'm gonna give this another name. So I think the next level that we're probably going to do is going to be a big contrast So Megan, she's at a 4th level. We're gonna give Zinjin an ice level, right? Because when they start off, they're going to be on different planets. Because they each have to have a mission on an assignment on different planets, right? So, you know, I want there to be a nice contrast between, you know, the planets that each character starts off in. And then as their mission, after they complete their introductory missions, then they're going to, like, you know, the missions are going to start merging. And that's when we're going to get into the character switching. So now, we're still on Megan level right now. So we're going to go ahead and drop down to Zinjin level. And go ahead and switch over to Zinjin's level. Alright, so I've just switched over to the Zinjin level. Now, the first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and change the sky because I need to make sure that I don't accidentally screw up and start messing up things on Megan's level. So first thing I do is I change the sky so I'll know which one I'm on. So I'm going to type in sky here. And the way that I've done the sky is... where's my sky tip? Yeah, I'm looking for my sky right now. So I have Sky Unlit 1, which is this one. So this is on my level map under the Sky and Clouds game object. So remember, I tend to group everything under game objects. So like it makes it much easier to manage your scene and your hierarchy. And also you can kind of, you know, like, well, actually it allows you to do a lot of stuff. So, but, you know, mainly for organizational stuff. So I got Megan using Sky Unlit 1. I think I'm going to go ahead and switch Zinjin over to Sky Unlit 2. So let's turn that off, and that one should be a blue scene, right? Alright, cool. So this lets me know which which character I'm going to be working with. For Zinjin, we're gonna have his planet kind of be more of a daytime, like desolate. I want it to look like a harsh environment because he's one of the more hardcore characters that we're gonna be playing with, right? So he's not gonna have like so much cover. He's like gonna be like in the raw cold, and he's not gonna have like so much like stuff supporting him, right? So for him, I think I'm gonna turn this sky tint off right now, so we can just see like the nice blue. You know, and I might make that a bit colder. So, hold on, do I want Sky 10 off or on? Let me turn Sky 10 back on and like make it completely white, which doesn't really do that much. Trying to decide. Okay, yeah, it doesn't really do anything though. Like, I'll turn that back on. Now I'm just gonna turn it off. Right. So he's not gonna have any trees in his scene, but so we're gonna get rid of. First, we're gonna go ahead and start getting rid of the big stuff and kind of swapping out, like, you know, like this water. Water on his level, I don't think we're gonna actually put a lot of water on his level. So I'm gonna click on all of the water in the scene, like this purple water. So we're still gonna have a kill zone though that's going to kill him when he drops. So instead of calling it water, actually it doesn't need to look like water. Okay, let's see. I think I'll just grab these and change them to a different color. First, I'm gonna change the material on this because it's right now. This water looks amazing because it's got a glow on it. But we're not gonna need glow for this because we want it to look more like there's maybe a ravine or something that just kind of dropping off to. So I'm gonna change this to normal to get rid of the glow on it. And so I've just changed that for all of these. Get rid of the glow here as well. And now I'm going to highlight all of these and change them to a different color. Which, hold on. Huh, that did not get rid of my glow. Why? Normal. Yeah, I want to switch these all down. Okay, there we go. Alright, So, you know, he's gonna be in a very, very harsh, cold environment. So we're going for the color scheme of Zinjin's level. We're gonna be using a lot of blues, right? A lot of blues, a lot of whites. Um, so I think I'll put this. I want to make this look like ice cold, like a human should not freaking be here, kind of thing. All right. So, yeah, we're gonna change this here. And for the time being, I think I might just leave these here at the moment. Mm. Yeah, if I don't want to turn them too blue because then it'll turn into water, which I don't want. So, yeah, I'll just leave this like this for right now. What else are we gonna have to do? All right. So for Zinjin's level, we're going to go ahead and start playing around with the mother boxes. So, I do have these kind of laid out the way that I want them to be, but for Zinjin, we're going to actually use a different mother box. So now remember, on Megan's level, all of these mother boxes are basically the same box because I'm freaking lazy, right? So they're the same box. They're just stretched and squashed, and like I've like kind of manipulated them to where like some elements are showing and some aren't. So if I actually start changing this on Zinjin's level, and I screw around and I like save it as a prefab, that's going to change everything on Megan's level, which we don't want. So we're going to go into our assets and we're going to go to our mother box. And we're going to drag our mother box here. And we're going to rename this. So we're going to rename this to Zinjin mother box. All right. So we're not just going to change it here, but we're also going to like change these as well. So because remember, all of these are prefabs. So now to test this theory, though, I'm not sure if I actually made these prefabs. Give me a second. Did I make you a prefab? All right. Well, let me go ahead and save this. So let's see, I made that an original. So what I did is I saved this as an original prefab so that it doesn't overwrite the one that we have on Megan's level. And now I'm simply going to test this. So I'm going to turn this into like maybe ice level. So I'm going to turn this to white. And then I'm just going to do a little test. So what's going to happen is if I do an override and it changes all of these, then that means that everything inside of this box is a prefab, so I'm gonna have to like actually save each of them out one by one, which I don't want to do. But if I change this and the rest of these kind of stay green, then that means that I've actually created a different prefab that won't affect Megan's level basically. All right, so let's go over here and go to apply to all. Save. All right. Whew, I was a little bit worried about that because I couldn't remember if I saved every element inside of this as a prefab or not. But apparently not, so I'm a little bit smarter than I give myself credit for sometimes. All right, so yeah, I was actually really sweating bullets there. All right, so cool. So we can continue to kind of play around with this prefab. So this is the mother box that we're going to be using for Zinjin's level. So in here you can kind of see that we've got two mother boxes now. All right, so that gives us a little bit more freedom. So for Zinjin, we're going to be using a lot of snow. So there's not going to be so much grass on this level, which means that I'm going to have to change this. So his level is going to need to look, the surfaces that he's running on are going to need to look very slick. Right, they're gonna need to look slippery. They're gonna like need to look hard. So what we'll do is we'll go into Adobe Animate, or like I said, I use Animate because like it's very convenient for me, and I've been using it for a while, and it gives me a lot of flexibility for what I want to do with graphics later. But you can use whatever one you want, whatever is good for you. All right. So in my graphics program, I do have my mother box here. I got my default mother box here, and then I have my broken up mother box here. And all of these are movie clips. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy, like duplicate one of these, or actually I should just copy that. So copy and paste, and I'm going to drag this over here, and I'm going to create another mother box. So I'm just going to like kind of recreate the mother box elements that I need to. So in this case, I don't want this looking at grass, so I'm going to zoom in here. And I don't really need to do anything too fancy here, actually, because, like I said, it's supposed to look like a hard, like, harsh environment. So, I think the main thing I'm going to need to do is, do I need to lock this bottom one? Nah. I'm going to give this guy a haircut. Alright, so let me grab this and right here, and just chop this off at the moment. Okay, yeah, that looks very, very smooth. Now, at this point, I wouldn't really worry about, I mean, you could round the edges, but at this point, I wouldn't really worry about trying to round the edges off on this particular one. So, alright, so this will be like one of the good surfaces for him to run on. And then I think I am going to create a rounded surface, rounded edge one though, just to show you how to do that. So I'm just copying, and you know, in Adobe Animate, you can copy and shift, Command Shift V or Control Shift V on Windows, and it'll you know, kind of paste it in place so you can kind of make a duplicate. Well, I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna right click it and just click duplicate symbol so that I don't overwrite the one that I previously did. And then I'm gonna jump in here and I'm gonna give this a rounded edge. So the question is, like, how smooth do I want these surfaces to look? So I'm still kind of debating about that, but for now we'll just kind of round this one out here. So I'm gonna grab my lasso tool and I'm going to just kind of this. Nah. Yeah, I'll give this one a nice little rounded edge like this. Maybe even a little bit more rounded. Yeah. Yeah, I want it to look like a really nice kind of curve off there. Okay, and you can just kind of play around with this as much as you want, or as much as you need to. Alright, now I'm kind of nitpicking. This is good enough. Alright. Okay, and for the other side, I might not necessarily need to round it. Because what I can do in Unity is, if I get really desperate, I can just like copy, like make another like empty game clip. Empty game object, and just copy it and just face it the other way, and just turn off the box collider. Alright, yeah, I think this is good enough for both of these. And what else do I need to do? So, he's got no grass, he's got nothing but ice to kind of like slide on. I think we're going to leave him with some rocky like looking edges. Okay, I think this might be the only thing that we need to create for Zinjin's mother box, to be honest. Alright, so let's go ahead and save these two. So we just created like you know, some different tops for him basically, because he's got no grass to run on because it's too cold on his planet, or on the planet that he's hanging out on. So so I've got my CDULO Kickstarter, I've got my tiles folder. I'm gonna go ahead and put like Zinjin planet. In each of these planets does have a name, but I'm not going to tell you what it is because I want you to play my damn game. So, alright, so let's see. We've got top. Nice top one. So when I'm making these videos, it's really, really hard for me not to give away too much of the story elements, because like this is a very long and in-depth story that has a lot of like a lore and history already associated with it. So for those of you who might be familiar with my books and my comics, over the past couple weeks, then you might start recognizing some of these planets. So I don't want to give you guys too much, you know. All right, top two. Right. So now we've got these two nice little graphics that we just created, and I'm gonna go into my sprites folder. All right, here we go, and sprites folder, and where am I? Going to my CDULO folder, and I'm not gonna worry about putting these directly under the character, but I'm gonna go ahead and drag those two in, which will be Zinjin planet. So 1, 2, and sorry, I forgot to turn my music down, so if it's too loud, you guys can let me know. Alright, so now let's go here and let's go ahead and jump into this mother box at the top. We're going to go to the ground, and we're just going to go ahead and change this graphic. So now I can't remember what I named this shit. So it's like sprite. We're gonna go to top. Yeah. So we're gonna go to ice top and just change it over here. Alright, cool. Alright, so this will be the default mother box that we're working with. And if you'll notice, when I create graphics in my graphics application, I always create them as white. And the reason I create everything as white, and I don't really add any color to them in my graphics application, is because I might want to change the color of these dynamically, and this really does give me a lot of flexibility, and it allows me to keep on using the same elements over and over and over again. So which is exactly what I'm going to do now. So I've got this color right here. I'm going to make this whiter at the top, and then now I'm going to go to this tile cover, right? Okay, so I think I'll start by changing the walls. So this is a nice color for these walls, but just not for this level. So I'm going to make these look colder as well. Alright, and they still look kind of a warm color, so yeah, so maybe something like this. And then for the tile cover, now I don't want everything to be too like just gray, because that's just gonna look boring. So we are gonna add some icy looking blue stuff around here. Yeah, so I could do something like this. And then for the bottom as well, we're going to use the same top part. Okay. Okay, this doesn't look too bad. Okay, so the ice doesn't look too bad, but it doesn't look too like ooh wow, this is nice ice either. So I think we're going to, for these two, we're going to maybe add a blue to this. Not that damn blue. Yeah. Hold on. So what I'm doing is I'm adding glow material to this because I do want these to kind of like stand out a little bit, just not that much. Hmm. Yeah, that would be a bit too much. I'm gonna have to figure out how to make this ice look cooler. So that means I'll probably wind up creating another material for it. Yeah, I'll probably wind up creating another material for this flow, which you know, wouldn't be too difficult, I think. But right now, let's go ahead and you'll notice that this ground also has kind of like an undertone to it. What would happen if I actually added yeah, really wanted to kind of do something with that. Alright, well, this is gray, so we're gonna obviously turn this to blue anyway, so yeah, make it look icy. Like, so this will be a darker, more watercolor looking blue. Okay, and then I can kind of make it like dark around here. Okay, that doesn't look so bad for now. We'll just play around with it later. Then under this bottom, we also have this one right here. So I'll go ahead and turn that to like a darker gray. Yeah, so with this level, I don't want to use too many dark blues or like too many blues that are going to kind of remind us of water. So I think this will be decent enough. All right, and also we'll need to check the walkable area as well. So what does the walkable area look like? Oh, we can't see. So walkable area is under the tile cover. Okay, my youngest son just got home. All right, so for the bottom, or, sorry, for the walkable area, we're gonna change this to like a bluer color, more blue color. So this actually works good. So really, I don't necessarily need to like manipulate the colors too much in this. I just kind of have to change the range. All right, that kind of looks workable at the moment, doesn't it? No. All right, so let me go in here, save this. Okay, we'll change the walkable area. Sorry, this down here. Walkable area to this one, I think. And just kind of darken it a bit. Tenki yokunatta desho. Okay, so I think I'll turn the walkable area here. The underground can be like darker here. Yeah, this works a little bit better, I think. And then the tile cover can look something like this. All right. All right, cool. Yeah, so this will be our like box for now until we decide to change it. All right. So now that we have this, what we'll need to start doing is we'll actually need to start laying out Zinjin's level. And so his level layout is obviously going to be different than Megan's. So remember in the previous, well, in one of my previous videos, I actually showed you the guides that we're using. So we're going to go through and we're going to turn those guides on. So I'll put like middle. Where is that chick? Let's see. Did I need this middle? I'm actually getting kind of hungry now. So let's see. So I have my default building blocks around here somewhere. start way marker. Give me a second. I gotta figure out where I put that thing. Ah, okay, here we go. So I actually put them under layer 0. So I'll go ahead and turn these markers on. Alright, so what you should see now is you'll notice that there are 3 markers. There's a blue marker here, and a yellow marker here, and a red marker at the end. These kind of mark the different areas of my map. Right, and this will help me kind of gauge where I need everything to go. And as I mentioned before, like the first thing that I tend to do is when I'm laying out a level, I'll figure out the start point, and then I'll figure out the end point. So for example, Megan's start point, she's going to start here at a high elevation, and then she's going to drop down. And then she's going to have to traverse all of this, and then kind of, we've got our ups and downs, our dips, our different levels of stuff. And then in the end, her main goal is to reach its target over here, which is on a higher elevation. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to decide where I want the end target to be. So for Zinjin, there are some other, hold on. I'm checking to see if there's something up there that I need to worry about, but no, there's not. Okay, so I've got my default level ceiling. I'm gonna go ahead and turn that on as well. So I've got my ground line, my ceiling. So these are like already on, I think. Yeah, cool. So I have the colors on these turned off, or I mean not turned off, but just kind of like all the way down. So I'm gonna go ahead and bump these back up. And this will give me my ceiling, my floor, and my ground level. Alright, so now when I look at my level, I got my guides on. I've got my ceiling, my floor, my middle, my basic ground level, like start, middle, and end. Yeah, so like for example, this is my ground level, or sorry, this is my ground level. I'll need to turn this on. Yeah. Alright, cool. So, let's see. We're going to take this, take these guides, and then we're going to like kind of calculate where we want our endpoint to be. So, this is the endpoint for this game. So we've got our endpoint is basically like where we're going to transition to another level, or like where we're going to fight a boss or something like that. So we're going to go over here, and this is like our level exit. Okay, so let's go ahead and find this guy. Oh, yeah. Like, それ何? みかんのやつでしょ?
なんかゼリーにもなるシャーベットにもなる。
あ、そう。バーバがそれ買ったと思う。
俺が買ってって言った。
Oh, okay. So for Zinjin's endpoint, the question is, do I want it at a high elevation or a low elevation? I think I'm actually going to leave Zinjin's endpoint maybe around here. Because what I've got in mind is he's going to have to like kind of go up. Yeah, he's going to be going up. So I might actually leave his endpoint here. And what we'll need to do is we'll need to go ahead and get rid of all these other mother boxes and just kind of build our way around here. So for Zinjin, we're actually going to go ahead and change his character. So for this level, we're going to go to the character. Let me get rid of like close that down. So we're going to go to the character game object, and we're going to click on player. Now, remember, I do have the script to where we can switch. So right now, this is set to Megan only. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to switch this over to Zinjin only. So he will be the only character that's kind of playable on this level right now. And then after we've changed it here, what we have to do in our player controller, under our player, which is, under our player game object, which is the way I have it set up, is we'll go to Zinjin and we'll just toggle him on and toggle Megan off. Right. Right. So, this, when we, like, play through this level, like, if we can play through this level, let me move this mother box up a little bit. So, I'll move this mother box up here. So now when we play, you know, like, we can't switch characters, but, like, and we're going to be playing with Zinjin, like, automatically, so. Yeah, so Zinjin will be the default here. Sorry, my, my Mac is taking so long, but like I said, this thing isn't exactly the strongest for heat. So that's why one reason why I need you guys to fund my game design, because I need to buy like more equipment. I'm running a MacBook Air, by the way, so yeah. So this thing is naturally gonna go away. So wait a minute, why are you going? Oh, sorry. There's another area that I need to switch this to as well. So yeah, there's another toggle that I need to change in my player controller. So I changed it. So I changed it here, but there's I need to also change the default character in this script. So when I go down here, I've got can swap character off, Zinjin only. Okay, Zinjin is toggled here, and the other thing that I need to do is I need to find the default character. So right now the default character is, the starting character is Megan. Instead of using Megan, I'm just going to drag Zinjin up here. And now this is officially Zinjin's level. Alright. So for most of the levels that are going to start after this, I'm going to switch the default character up. So for example, like, you know, if we're on Dozer's planet, like Dozer will be the default character, but while you're running through the level, you might have to switch over to like Franklin or somebody, you know, just to kind of clear that. That's the kind of general premise of this game, just like swapping characters when you need to, or whenever you think it's cool to get like more kills. Alright, so yeah, now we got Zinjin. Okay, and for some reason, yeah, he's like not working correctly. Wait a minute, what the hell is that? Okay, that is unusual. Why? I gotta find out why that happened. Okay, Zinjin is... Let me switch this back over to Megan right quick and find out what's up with that. Yeah, I mean, like, I switched it over to Zinjin, but then he started moonwalking, so I mean, I don't know what's up with that. Right, so we're on Megan right now. If we switch over to Zinjin, okay, I don't know what's up. So anyways, we're gonna leave default to Megan right now, and I'll just put like some instructions to switch to Zinjin. Alright, so press O key to activate Megan. We're gonna have to obviously change this text now because this is Zinjin's level, but let's go ahead and drop down here and make sure that Zinjin's attacks and everything are working. Alright, good. Alright, so he's got, Zinjin has his jump. Alright, he's got his slide. Yeah, so he's got his jump, he's got his slide. He can like, he's got his melee attack. So I'm just kind of making sure that all of the animations are working. Alright, so let's go ahead and kill this guy. Alright. Well, I'm like, kill this guy. He's like, screw you, I'm gonna kill you first. Alright, so. And I'm gonna work on his death animation as well. All right, so yeah. Anyway, Zinjin is working. So now we can get into like making his level look a little bit more, well, Zinjin-ish, I guess. My Mac is starting to really burn up here. All right, so Zinjin is it's going to be on an ice planet, so we need to make this look like a hostile environment. In this case, the trees don't really look too menacing, so it doesn't really look too much like a hostile environment. So we're going to go ahead and start manipulating the layers of this. So I'll go ahead and close this down, and we're going to go to our level map game object, and the sky is fine. We're going to go to our scene layers, and we're going to start with the back layer, and we're going to start playing around with the colors on the back layer. All right, so I'm going to open this background layer 6, and I've got my purple water and all that good stuff. I think I can turn this purple water maybe off, because we might not need it. So I'll turn this purple water off. This is one that doesn't have a hit collider, by the way. So are you the one that's causing collisions? Okay. Yeah, so I've turned that purple water off. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and start changing the colors of the mountains in the background. So right now these mountains are all green because they're for Megan's level, but we need to make them, a different color. So we're going to open up all of these, not the clouds, just the mountains. Right. So Alright, so now the cool thing about this is that these mountains are already kind of white. Well, white and gray because they're kind of in the distance, right? So if I were going to change the color of all of these mountains, basically what I would need to do is I would need to go through each and every single one and open all of these up, and then make sure I change all of the stuff inside of here. But I don't want to do that. So the way that most of Megan's level is colored is actually with the global light. So I can go into my scene here, and when I type this, I'll go to a global light. I'll find my global light. So I only have one global light in the scene at the moment. So when I go to the global light here, will allow me to go ahead and like kind of change the tint of my scene. So right now, for Megan's level, this scene was actually tinted green. So all of the green that you're seeing in this layer is actually being displayed by this global light. So if I want to change like the overall lighting or the overall feeling and color of the scene, well, basically I just have to do this. So I'll just go here, and then I can that doesn't look bad at all. But I can just kind of play around with these, make them a little bit lighter, a little bit darker. So I'm gonna use this technique to get a general feel for what for the environment of the planet itself, right? So it should be cold. It should feel like unfriendly, like a hostile environment, and something like a lot of sharp stuff, a lot of stuff that's going to cut you and bruise you when you're running around the terrain, right? And so I think white is actually a pretty decent color for this, right? So we're gonna turn this to white, or like maybe this blue might not, it looks a little bit off. So, okay, we're gonna start with white for this one because of the type of planet that it is. And then we're going to go to, now we're going to start playing around with those mountains in the background. All right, so background 6, we've got these mountains in the back are pretty dark, so I think we're gonna just kind of open up all of these guys. Yeah, so, you know, just opening these things up is kind of mental. I wish there was a way to just do it all at once. If there is, somebody please drop it in the chat, because I don't know what it is. But we're going to open up all of these, and then we're going to change them all at once. So, and these are just for the mountains in the very back, so what you're seeing right here. So opening these things one by one is basically the hardest work we're going to do for changing these mountains, I think. Unless we want to change the graphic as well, which I'm not going to do because I don't want to do that right now. I think these background mountains actually look good enough. So now I'm going to highlight all of these mountains here. And get rid of this one. I think this one, yeah. All right, and this will allow me to access the color. So let's go open this up, and now we can kind of play with the color. So what color do we want these mountains? Well, I'm not gonna get any like lighter than this, unfortunately. So I could make them bluer. Actually, I do have some fog that's going to roll through this, so I have to kind of keep that in mind, because I don't want them too light, because the fog is actually light, and it's going to be passing in front of them. Alright, well, in this case, you know, kind of what I do is just kind of play around with this. Huh, actually, that doesn't look bad, that purple-ish color. So I might have them start a little bit more purplish and then start like kind of gradiating towards blue as they get closer, or as we get closer to the camera. Yeah, I think I'll do that. All right, so yeah, so we're gonna start with these mountains all the way in the back because the sky is kind of purple down towards the horizon anyway. So yeah, we're gonna use that for these, and then for the we're gonna go to the layer in front, which will be these mountains here. So now we're gonna be like kind of changing, you know, the second layer of mountains that are parallaxing in the background. So. Okay, so let's open these guys up. So for these two backgrounds, you know, because his environment is a rough, rocky, going to be a rough, rocky background, rough, rocky environment. I think these mountains are already kind of appropriate. I just need to kind of get rid of the trees and add something else that's going to look a little bit more dangerous for him. So. Not too his level, it should be his level environment should actually be a bit simpler than Megan's. Okay, I forgot how many like layers of mountain I've got for him. But if you want to see how I made these mountains, then you can like check out my previous stream as well. Alright, and I think this is the last set that we've got to do, so we're just going to open up all these, and then like, yeah. I really like that purple though, so I might make his, well, one of his favorite colors is purple anyway, so. Alright, and now what we can do here as well is we can go ahead and get rid of these trees. So I'm going to turn these trees off. So these trees in the background, yeah, they can go. For now. Yeah. Alright, so we're gonna get rid of those trees there. And actually, I think we can go ahead and get rid of the foreground trees too. So we do have like some foreground trees and some mountains and stuff. So, where are you? Foreground too? Come on. Okay. So we're gonna get rid of these foreground trees here, and we're also going to get rid of the foreground trees. Where are you? Hold on. My UI is kind of getting in the way, so I need to go ahead and like turn this off. Give me a sec. So I'm gonna turn off all of the UI elements that are kind of just jumping up here. All right, alien tree cover. Where are you? So I'll go ahead and turn these alien trees off too, and get rid of that. So this is how quickly I can go ahead and kill this skyline. Alright, so, yeah, there we go. Yeah, now that looks like a very nice bald environment for for him to like run around on. Actually, I think those background trees, I can add them back. Yeah, but they're trees. Yeah. Alright, I'll have to replace those background trees with something. But because I don't want him having too much cover with this. Yeah, but this actually looks okay for his level. It's starting to look okay for his level already. So let me save this. Okay, so what we'll do now is we'll go back to these mountains here, and we are going to change the color of them and make them look colder. So we'll start turning these like maybe from that purple as we come forward to a little bit more harsh blue, or harsher color blue. So all of those things that we previously opened up, just go ahead and highlight them. Go back up and deselect the actual the top game object here, and then once we do that, we'll get access to be able to manipulate the color in here. So I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna turn these guys. Let's see. So what blue do I actually want? So they should be blue, but they should also be darker and kind of maybe start. That's almost the same color that I had before, to be honest. Okay. Yeah, because we're going to do a contrast between the actual ground that he's running on, which will be almost pure white, and then like these mountains in the background. Okay, so I don't want some. And the thing is, this is like so easy to change. Maybe a little bit bluer. All right, I think we're gonna stop with this one right there. And then like for these actually look okay. Now the ones in the foreground. So you just need to the one in the layer above that. So I'm gonna go ahead and close this and close this. All right, and then we're gonna go to background 4, and for background 4, I think I'm gonna leave background 4 as it is actually. What I am gonna do though is I do have like some clouds. Some cloud fog, right? So the cloud fog that we're looking at is this right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and change that over to white, I believe. Yeah, so this cloud fog, I'm gonna go ahead and bump this all the way up to like white. I actually don't want that white. No, I'll leave it here. Yes, the fog color is actually okay for this as well. From previous Megan's level. All right. you know what? I'm kind of liking the way that this is already looking. So the only thing that we really need to work on is the ground and like maybe getting rid of those extra trees. So let's go ahead and kill these extra trees at the moment. So I've got my trees. Boom. So all the trees are gone. So he's got like nothing there. He just kind of got this like bare ass level. Alright. Poor guy. Yeah, he gets stuck in the worst place. Alright. Okay. Let's go to like sky unlit again. Let's go back to our sky tint here. Play around with that. Alright, and let's see if I can. Okay. So the reason why our sky tint wasn't working before is because it's still kind of like on this level it's still like default. So I'm gonna change this one to normal. Like, yeah. All right, there we go. All right, so now with this, now that it's like not default lit, I can actually lighten this guy up a bit more. So that was the material that we were using. So this gives me the ability to like not only make it lighter. You know, so like I want it to look really, really kind of like, you know, cold here. And now it also lets me change the color. Right, so I can make it lighter or darker or something like that. Yeah, so I think something like this is okay, and then like I can. I don't want it too light to where yeah, I don't want it too light to where the fog is not able to be shown. Right. Cool. Alright, yeah, this looks okay for the moment. Alright, so we got no trees, we got no cover, we just got like straight like you know, bare land at the moment. Now let's go ahead and start playing around with the land. Okay, so I'm gonna grab this mother box here, and let's go ahead and this I'm gonna go ahead and override mother box 2. Alright, safe. Alright, cool. Or Zinjin mother box. So, and this is the mother box that we're going to be using to lay out his entire level. Zinjin is actually going to start off on ground level, so I will grab this mother box and I'll basically put it on the same layer as this one, right? So this mother box here is located on background 1. So I'm using background 1 for all of the kind of the walkable areas that the player is going to be interacting with. So I'll open this up and I'll drag Zinjin mother box down here. We're going to skip all of that and then go to, where's background 1? Background 2, should have closed background 2 before. And I'm just going to drag it into here, so ground 1. So one reason I named this Zinjin mother box is because now I know exactly, you know, that I can get rid of all of these other ones. Alright. Alright, so we'll... one other thing that we're going to have to do for this Zinjin mother box as well is... Oh, never mind. It's already set. So sometimes you'll have to change the layer order for these. But it looks like this one's working fine at the moment. So I'll change it if necessary. Right. And Zinjin's starting point will be down here. So I'm going to put this here. Okay. Now, one thing I should do is I'll, when I'm designing, I'll go ahead and reactivate his ground line. So I'm going to turn this one back on. And this will tell me exactly where the base ground is. So what the base ground for this level is going to be is, it's just going to be like, well, like the default elevation, I guess. And so, you know, the characters are going to be able to like run up and down stuff and go to higher elevations or maybe drop below this line. But I do want to have like a kind of a standard to you know, to know, okay, well, this is where the starting point, this is where the end point is, and this is where the most of the ground will be, you know. So this will allow me to kind of lay out these mother boxes a little bit more accurately. So I'm going to put this one right here. All right. Okay, and this is going to be our start for his level. And then when we're done with all of these, of course, we're going to like, you know, like change the color or get rid of, like hide all of these like references. So don't worry about that. All right. So that means that Zinjin no longer needs this mother box. I can get rid of this one. So get rid of this one, and I shall get rid of this one. Oops, sorry. So I could delete all of these mother boxes, which I'm probably going to do in a little bit. I'm just kind of like being careful right now. Alright, so I think I'll put this here. Now, I do use the grid sometimes, but you know, other times I don't. So I think I'm going to line this collider with the top of this, you know, of this right here. Alright, there we go. Cool. Alright, so now we can go ahead and start playing around and getting rid of all of these other mother boxes. So let's go ahead and kill these guys. So anything that's got the name mother box has to die. Bye, mama. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of all of these, and I'm going to get rid of the ground as well, I think. Yeah, so all of these grounds that are not being used. So yeah, basically everything that's not being used, I'm just gonna kind of like get rid of it. And I'm only gonna keep what's kind of relevant or actually actively being used in the layer now. Okay. Now, the reason I'm keeping these other ones at the moment is because, you know, they are different shapes. So if you'll notice, this one is is more of a, like a sextagon. This one is a circle. So I might want to use those somewhere else in the layer. So I'm just going to keep them in at the moment. But the main thing I need to do is go ahead and start working on my ground. So let's grab this Zinjin, and we're going to drag it over here. Right. So since this is a mother box, I can go ahead and just extend it here. Yeah, and I'm keeping them on the same level right now. So now with this one, I think I'm gonna have him. I haven't like gotten to the jump thing yet. Yeah. So he's gonna go all the way from over here, have to go do some stuff over here, then he's gonna jump up and finally reach this point. That's what I'm after. Alright. So actually, I think I'm starting him off too low. Alright, so we're gonna move his starting point up. Yeah, we're gonna have him start here, actually. Yeah, so we're gonna have him start right around here. And then now what we can do is, if you'll notice, these two walls are kind of intersecting each other, and that just looks kind of ugly. So we're gonna jump into these mother boxes here, and we're gonna get rid of this wall. Well, not get rid of it, but just kind of hide this wall. And then in this one over here, we're going to hide wall 2. And now what I can do is in in this first tile, I've got to pay attention to the time actually. I can just like make it bigger here and drag it over here. So I can just kind of do something like that. Nobody's really going to be paying too much attention to that one, I don't think. Yeah, something like this. All right. So we might start him off there at the moment. And then we might create a slope. And so that's why I left this here. Okay. So alright, so put this right here. Right. So we're gonna have like a downward slope going, which means also I can get rid of this wall one over here. Alright, and now for this one we got different colors going on. So I'm going to grab this and jump into this tile cover. I'm gonna copy this color here and just jump over here into the sextagon, sorry. I think that's what you call it. I just made that shit up, I don't know. And we're just going to change this color to this, right? And also for the ground here. Okay, there you go. And we're going to turn this top one to pure white. Wait, until I can think of a better, better solution. All right, for this mother box's tile cover, I might actually put that on like layer 3. Nah. Actually, I'll drop this one to -3, and also this ground to maybe -4. Come on, sorry. Yeah, so we'll worry about filling in like the textures on this layer, later, because I have a decent method for doing that. So, all right, whoops, -4. That's weird. Yeah, I'm checking to see where I want this thing at. So. Hey, we'll leave him there for now. Alright, so, because I'm kind of running out of time, there's something I need to do. Alright, so now, with this, we're going to create this, we're going to copy this, Zinjin mother box here, the first one. And we're just going to duplicate that guy, move him over here, and then we're going to hit E to rotate him down. So when we're doing stuff like this, we want to make sure that we're actually using some, well, I guess, valid angles. Yeah, so we don't want anything like too crazy to where the player is just gonna like kind of be bumped, like jumping up in the air. So I might turn this to -25 actually. -25, see if that works. Alright, so I'll have to highlight the sextant and see how these two intersect. Okay, so what I need to do is I need to align these two green lines here. So let me rotate this a little bit more. So I think 26 might be good for this. All right. Yeah. What I'm trying to avoid is like when the player's trying to run up this, he's gonna, him getting a hiccup, kind of like, or not being able to run up a certain point. So. Okay, let's actually test this right quick. So we haven't tested anything yet. Alright, so let's go ahead and switch over to Zinjin right quick. Boom. Alright, have him run. Alright, and then, okay. So he's hitting this point right here, which I don't want. So yeah, he's hitting this. There's like an invisible thing that he's kind of hitting here, so we're gonna have to fix that. Alright. And then when you run down here, that's fine. When you go back up, okay, he can still traverse that for now, but I'm gonna have to fix this right there. But this will be his main drop point, and we'll fix this right here as well, like later. Okay, so that means that everything will start kind of lower for him. Okay, let's go ahead and zoom in on this. Grab this. Go to the tile cover. So you see, using these mother boxes does give me a lot of versatility, though. Of what just like what I want to do with it, so I'm not really stuck, not being able to like do certain things. Okay. There was a problem between these two, so like there's this, and then there's this. Okay, so the problem with this one is you'll notice that these two things don't align actually. So let's go ahead, and for this section I have a physical body. So this is separate from the graphics, so I can just kind of drag this down a little bit and see if they line up that way. Yeah, so this has a separate physics body on it, specifically for the purpose of me being able to do this shit. Okay, that looks alright, I think. Okay, so those two kind of line up. Alright, and what about you guys? Alright, yeah, that should smooth out that little bump. Okay, so he's gonna drop down here. He's gonna run around here. Okay, no bump there. You can go down this way. Alright, cool. Yeah, so this will be a good starting point for him. Alright, and I think we're gonna give him a drop, kind of like a dropping area as well. Alright, so at the beginning, I think I'm gonna have him drop right, kind of drop down on the slope as well. So I'm gonna duplicate this one, and I'm gonna hit W and go drag this over here. Yeah, so maybe something like this will work. Okay, just to show like there's some other some other stuff kind of going on. Now, with this one, since I've added this slope over here, we've got this bottom part of the mother box sticking out, which we don't need, so we can just go ahead and go here and cut this off. Right, and keep in mind, we're still just using the same game object over and over and over again, so this is not really taking up so much memory. Oh wow, it's like 5:15. All right, sorry about that. I've got to get ready to jump off in a little bit anyway, because it is almost time to like cook dinner. So yeah, I got stuff to do around like 5:30, so I'm not gonna stay on like too much longer. All right, cool, cool, cool. Yeah, so yeah, this will be a nice little drop for like Zinjin. So you can just kind of drop here, like run up this, and then like there's nowhere to go, so he'll run down here and jump, and then like he'll be ready to start kicking some ass and like doing his Zinjin stuff, yay, and like falling off the level, yeah. All right, so all right, yeah, so that'll be good for him, I think. All right, cool, cool, cool. All right, so actually, I'm gonna go ahead and save this level, and then I'm gonna jump off, and I'll come back to this probably later on tonight. But I gotta get ready to do some house stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. And like I think the majority of it was just me kind of catching you up on what I did offline. So if you're like, there were some things that were kind of done offline that you guys might not have gotten caught up on. So I'll try to like implement those and like explain what I did in Megan's level on here, so that you guys can kind of see what where all of that comes from. Yeah, but this is gonna be like pretty good for a basic, ice looking level, I think. Okay, so I'll go ahead and save this, and then I'll go ahead and jump off for now and like take care of some stuff, and then I'll probably be back on later on today. I've got to drop some more promotional emails, some more advertisement emails and stuff like that. So like I said, if you're into this game and if you like what you see me doing, you like what I'm working on, then stop by my website at creativemv.com, and check out more about the game here. Yeah, so that is CDULO Beyond the Outer Rim. You can just click here to view the games page. And, you can get more details here. You can also sign up for the beta test. So I do have a, sign up for the beta test link here. Click on that. And you can check out some of the videos and some of the screenshots that I've got for the game. You can also play the demo, which we're actually building the demo right now, so you're kind of seeing what I'm building. And you can also check out the press kit for this. And like I said, this is a Kickstarter game, so please go over and check out my Kickstarter draft page, where you can see exactly what I've kind of got going on here. The Kickstarter is set to launch around September after Tokyo Game Show, so hopefully we'll have a lot more levels and a lot more cool stuff implemented into the game by then. You guys can help out with that by supporting the Kickstarter, or also stopping by my Patreon account and helping to support me there. So I've only got 2 more patrons. I could use 100 and something more, so my target for that one is like $500 per month. And, so if you guys can help me out with that, I would really appreciate it. Because I'll be putting exclusive content on my Patreon account that you won't see anywhere else until the Kickstarter launch. And also, if you like the character that you see in the game, I'm more of an artist than a programmer. I just do programming because I have to, because I don't want to pay anybody else to do it at the moment, until I get budget for it. But if you want to help support this channel more, then you can also stop by my online store, which is nerdier.com. And you can check out some of the cool, character merchandise that I've already put up on the store. And yeah, you can grab your own coffee mugs and stuff like that, t-shirts. I have everything available, so yeah, stop by, check that out. Some really cool stuff. A lot of this I'll be adding a lot of this to my Kickstarter as well as perks. So, you know, either way, you know, if you want to buy directly from the store, that would help. If you want to buy from the Kickstarter once the campaign is launched, that would also help as well. Like, money's money. I'm not going to complain where I get it from. All right, so I'm going to jump off for now and, you know, get something to eat, get ready to do some stuff, and I will be back on later tonight, maybe even possibly playing League of Legends. All right, so everyone have